Hi friends, it's Mish and welcome back to my channel. If you've clicked on this video, you probably feel a little bit stuck and you are looking for a change, but you don't know where to start. No worries, because I am here to help you. I'm going to give you the roadmap of how to get there. If you're ready to become the hottest, most unrecognizable version of yourself in the best way possible, this video is for you. Whether you have your wedding coming up, an event, vacation, or generally you want to feel a little bit better every single day, I'm here to give you that roadmap because I just went through it myself. I went from feeling sluggish, lazy, and 15 pounds heavier to shedding the extra fluff, feeling lighter, more motivated, confident, and the healthiest, hottest version that I ever felt in my life. Today, I am sharing 10 healthy habits that have really transformed my life that you can start implementing today. These tips start with 5 easy ones to the 5 impact tips that really transformed my body and life. So you're gonna wanna stick around for all of it. I want to help you in your wellness journey as well. While all of this can be done in 3 months if you truly lock in, you can also set a realistic time frame for yourself, take 3 to 6 months, or even up to a year, whatever works for you. So take it at your own pace. Okay guys, so let's get into the video and what you're actually here for. Tip number 1, deciding that you are starting today is already a huge step in the right direction. So many people say, I'm going to start next weekend, I'm going to start after this birthday, I'm going to start after the summer. Just by deciding that you are starting today makes the biggest difference. There will never be a convenient time to start. There will always be something in the way. When you're deciding to start, you really need to dig deep into the reason why you are starting this wellness journey. For me, my reason was I'm getting married in a year and I better look the best that I have ever looked in my life. At the time when I was evaluating myself, I knew that I was not the best version that I could possibly be. I gained a little bit of weight when I moved to New York City initially, and I just knew I could be a better version of myself. Getting married is one of the most important days of your life, and you take lots of photos and videos, and I did not want to look back on those photos and be like, I wish I started working out, I wish I was a little bit healthier, just no regret. Starting today is the biggest step that you can decide to make. And when I did decide to start, it was an immediate switch. There was no, I'm gonna start today, and then maybe take a day off. It was like I started and never looked back. Number 2, and now we are going to start getting into small lifestyle changes that you can easily make. And I believe in you. If you drink a lot of sugary drinks and you're used to drinking sodas, juices, sugary carbonated drinks, let's swap those out. If you're drinking them every single day, 6 days a week, let's try to cut it down to maybe twice a week. Even cutting it down one day is a difference. For me, when I was drinking sugary drinks, I would feel bloating, I would get headaches, I wouldn't sleep as well. I would get a high and then get really lethargic after. I'm not saying to cut out these drinks forever, but if you are starting your wellness journey and you want to kickstart a weight loss journey, cutting these drinks out really helps. I am a huge bubble tea lover. You can make little swaps to make your life easier. Instead of doing the full sugar bubble tea, I cut that down to 50% at first. Then I cut it down to 30, and now I actually go for 0% sugar bubble tea. Making these little baby steps will make a big difference in the long run. Step number 3, it's getting a little bit harder. We are going to cut out alcohol all of the time and learn to say no. So here's a little story for you. When I first moved to New York City in 2016, I had a roommate and we loved to go out like everyone does when they are 24. We were excited to be in the city. We took every single advantage to go out whenever someone asked us to go to dinner, go to the club. We were going out like Tuesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, sometimes brunch on Sunday. There was no associated with moving to the city. And honestly, I don't regret it. Needless to say, my roommate and I gained around 10 to 15 pounds very shortly. And when we look back at those photos, we're like, oh, wow, it's a big difference. And at that time, we actually did not even notice that we gained any weight. We actually didn't even own a scale. It was a time. It was in our 20s, but now we're in our 30s. We got to reverse all of that indulgence. So when I decided to start my weight loss journey a year before my wedding, I decided I am going to cut down on the amount of alcohol. The year before my wedding, I already cut down a little bit. It was more weekends, events, but I cut it down even more. If you are a person who goes out to every single happy hour, cut it out a few days a week or limit it to weekends. Maybe limit it to special special occasions. These days, I limit it to very, very special occasions. So during the warmer weather months, it's a little bit harder to say no, but you just have to find a good balance and what works for you. If you're looking to glow up and shed fat and lose the weight really fast, you might have to say no a little bit more often. But if you're just looking to tone up, cut a little bit, maybe move it to a few times a month, do what you can, but definitely cut down. Once I started cutting down on the alcohol, my skin looked better, my under eye circles looked better, my face was not puffy every single morning, I was not craving fast food, junk food, I was eating less carbs. I just generally felt lighter, happy, and healthier most of the days instead of feeling hungover and groggy. I would say you can still go out and have a fun time, but not every single event needs to involve alcohol. Okay, number 4, we are upping the level up a little bit. So we are going to limit sugary, carb-filled desserts. And this is a hard one for me because cheesecake holds a very soft spot in my heart. But if you are looking to cut down a little bit, you will have to cut down on these as well. I'm not saying say no to the birthday cake because occasional desserts are definitely okay, but say no to dessert every single night. And if you are looking to have dessert every single day, you need to start looking for alternatives. What really worked for me is I love ice cream. I used to eat ice cream every single night, but I've replaced that sweet tooth ice cream craving to making Ninja Creamy Greek frozen yogurts that are 150 calories and less. So satisfying, high protein, and making this simple swap has changed my body composition and how I feel the next day. Let me know if you want some recipes on that, and I'll do another video focused on desserts and Ninja Creamy. Okay, we are on health tip number 5, and this one was a really hard one for me to grasp for quite a while. It is prioritizing sleep. And for the longest time, I didn't know that sleep really affected the way your body metabolizes. But once I started implementing better sleep, I felt less groggy, bloating was gone, headaches were gone. A lot of things definitely improved once I started getting at least 7 hours of sleep. Sleep is a hard one for me because I'm generally a very busy person, and most people are very busy. You have a lot of things to do. The second I prioritized sleep, I had more energy, I had less cravings, I had better digestion, much clearer skin, and the morning skinny is a real thing. The better I slept, the more depuffed I felt in the morning, and your morning skinnies get better and better, trust me. Sleep is what I struggle with. This is the hardest health swap that I've had to implement. These are 5 mini tips that helps me with my sleep. Number 1, stop doom scrolling before bed. Scrolling on TikTok before bed is not going to help you sleep better. Your REM sleep is not going to be as good. Maybe read a book. Okay, number 2, you are going to limit screen time right before bed. Besides doom scrolling, maybe turn off the TV a little bit early, stop playing games a little bit early, maybe spend some time meditating or doing other activities, journaling, anything a little bit wholesome, cuddling your little puppy or your husband or boyfriend before bed. That might help you relax a little bit more. Third, end your last meal at least 3 to 4 hours before you go to sleep. If I plan to sleep at 12 a.m., I'll end my last meal around 7 to 8. And when you are not digesting food right before you go to bed, your rest will be much better and your body can focus strictly on resting and less on digesting food. Fourth mini tip is take a magnesium supplement. I prefer magnesium glycinate. I take that 1 to 2 hours before I go to sleep, and it really helps me relax and get a better night's rest. And last mini tip for sleep is if you have a sauna available to you, if you go to a gym with a sauna, incorporating sauna 15 minutes to 20 minutes after a gym routine 4 to 5 days a week, even 1 to 3 days, as many times as you can will really help your sleep. I've noticed that when I started incorporating a sauna into my gym routine, it's really improved my quality of sleep, my skin, and much more. And now that we've gotten through the 5 tips that you can start incorporating today that are a little bit lighter, we're going to get into a little bit of heavy lifting, but I know you can do it. These are 5 tips that made the biggest difference in my weight loss. I dropped an additional 10 pounds. The first 5 tips, once I started incorporating that, I dropped 5 pounds, but these next ones, they will make a big difference. So you're gonna wanna lock in for these 5. If you do all of these 5 in the next 3 months, you will see the weight drop off so fast. And I did all of this 3 months before my bachelorette because I needed to be bikini and wedding ready. I kept saying that photo lasted forever. We want it to be the best version ever. Okay, let's lock in, guys. Okay, tip number 6, you are going to want to start every day off with some sort of movement and incorporate 10,000 steps a day minimum. Every morning, I walk my little dog Bubble, so that really helps me. But if you don't have a dog, you don't have anywhere to walk, the best thing that you can do is just start moving your body. Put a YouTube video on, a Pilates video. You can start unloading the dishwasher, do some laundry. Just start moving instead of getting onto your couch, onto your computer. Start just doing something. When it is raining and I can't take little Bubbles on a walk, I will just start doing some housework and put on a video. You don't need any fancy equipment in your home to start moving around and getting those steps in. This is probably the most important tip, and if you are not going to listen to any other tips, this is the one for you that will make the biggest difference and 90% of your weight loss and glow up journey. You need to use a TDEE calculator. If you don't know what that is, I'm going to put it over here, and you can also Google it, and a scale that weighs your food. And I'm not saying that you have to weigh your food every single day and that you're going to have to do this for the rest of your life, but just learning what a portion size is, how many calories are in a portion size, how much food weighs is really going to teach you a lot. I would say do it for a week or two, and once you get the hang of it, you'll be able to adjust your portion sizes accordingly. So once I used the TDEE calculator and I calculated how many calories I burn in a day, my basal metabolic rate, and how many calories I should be eating a day for maintenance, how many calories I should be eating a day for weight loss or for a surplus, for gaining weight, this really put in perspective of how I am going to lose the weight in a few months. This also takes the guesswork out of losing weight. It makes it so easy and anyone can do it. Losing weight is just a math equation. For my personal glow up and wellness journey, I know I had to eat around 1,500 to 1,700 calories a day to help me lose the weight before my wedding. I can get into the nitty gritty of it. If you want me to do a separate video, comment below and we can dive into it. I will link it in my Amazon storefront so you can buy it and see it. Best tool ever when you want to know the amount of calories in something and portion size. Number 8, and this is when a little effort is needed, we are going to incorporate some sort of workout routine, and I would suggest it be a workout routine that you can stay consistent with. Whether you are someone who is motivated enough to go to a gym and work out yourself, or you need to go to a Pilates class, an Orange Theory class, a group class where there is an instructor helping you, you need to find the balance of what will work for you. If you told me 2 years ago that I would love going to the gym, love going to Pilates, I would actually tell you you are crazy, because I was the type of person who would eat dinner and then lay down horizontally on the couch because I was so full and tired and then watch The Bachelor. If I can do it, you totally can do it. When I started my workout journey, what really helped me was just walking. I was not signed up for a fancy gym. I was not doing fancy workout activities. I was just walking to and from work. To go to work for me was 1.6 miles. I would take an Uber usually 1.6 miles. But the second I decided to lock in, I was like, I am going to walk to work and back. That was the majority of my steps. On top of that, I was incorporating incline walking, a lot of steady state cardio. This was something that I felt that I could do every single day without burning myself out. I would put on a Netflix show. So if I can do it, you totally can do it. With walking, incline walking, I got a little bit bored. I started incorporating Pilates, weight training. Though back in the day, I did know how to weight train. I just didn't like it anymore. I started finding my passion for wellness and working out through starting to incline walk. I would say start small, baby steps, and you can grow from there. This is my major tip for scheduling a gym routine is you need to schedule that gym routine into your schedule at least the day before. Know that you are going to go to the gym from 11 to 12, or you're going to go to the gym after work from 5 to 6. You need to have that penciled into your schedule so that you are ready to take action on it that day. If you don't have that planned into your schedule, you are never going to go. The next day would happen, work calls would come in, I'd be bombarded with things to do for my home. Bubbles would want to do things. If you do not have it scheduled in, you are going to flake on your gym schedules. Okay, guys, we're getting to the end. I know you can do it. Number 9 is incorporating more protein into your daily diet. And with tracking your food, weighing your food, you will be able to figure out how much protein is in each item. I aim for around 100 grams with my weight and height, but you might want to either aim for a little bit more or a little bit less, depending on your goals. When you are in a weight loss phase, you do not want to be losing muscle. Prioritizing protein will help prevent you from becoming skinny fat. My goal when I was getting into my fitness journey was still attaining muscle tone. If you don't want to be fluffy and small, this is very, very important because what you eat determines the composition of your body. I personally like to eat my protein because I think it's more satisfying, but many people prefer protein shakes, protein powders. There are so many options these days to getting your protein in, whether it be food, protein powders, bone broths, all of these things. Whether you're vegan, you can get your protein in. Okay, guys, we are on our last tip. You have made it, and this one is a little bit more high effort, but I know you can do it. So lastly, you are going to want to limit food delivery. Before I started my wellness journey, I was Uber Eats. Is that a word? My husband and I loved Uber Eats. Not only were we spending so much money on Uber Eats, we were eating really unhealthy food that we didn't know what was in it. It probably is double the amount of calories from Uber Eats than if you make it yourself at home. My tip for this is have a few go-to easy meals that you can make yourself. For example, I always have chicken breast on hand. I have ground beef, Greek yogurt, little easy things that when I do need a meal, like lunch, like a quick dinner, I can put it together really fast. If you want some high protein, low calorie dinner or lunch idea, let me know and I could do a separate full video on things that I eat every day or maybe even a grocery haul. Wow, guys, we made it to the end. And if you stayed all the way to the end, drop a little heart because thanks for watching. And if any of these tips resonated with you and if you're inspired to start your wellness journey, let me know. I want you to feel your best every single day. Once I took the effort to make these small changes and some big changes into my lifestyle, it made all of the difference. I couldn't be happier and I'm so glad I did it and I know you can do it too. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe because I want to know your thoughts on everything and maybe some of your wellness journeys. I'll also be sharing more tips on gym ideas, food ideas. You can follow along with my vlogs on what I do every single day to lead a happier, healthy life in New York City. Also, don't forget about the giveaway when we hit 5,000 subscribers and I will see you in my next video. Thanks for watching.